Hello YouTubers, I want to welcome you to another edition of Bargain Bin Gear. Now, for those who've been following the channel, I often play my beloved bootlegger brand of Headless guitar. And it's a really small guitar, headless, right? Which makes it very small and light. And the reason for that is because a lot of times I'm playing guitar just on my couch. You know, if I'm watching TV or movie news, what have you, right? I can just pull out that little guitar and play on it. And it's very comfortable and not like an awkward, normal size guitar. But it feels when you play it like a normal guitar. And I'm really happy with the bootlegger guitar. Very pleased with it. However, when you break a string, man, what a bummer. Because it's kind of hard to change the strings on it, for one thing. Okay. So in any case, I thought, man, it'd be nice if I had another headless guitar as well. And I've always wanted to try one. See how it compares to the bootlegger. And kind of have a backup so I don't have to change a string, right in the moment of where I want to play. I just switch guitars, so that'd be really nice. However, of course, price is an issue. The bootlegger guitar and other headless guitars like that are quite expensive, actually. Now, it just so happens that I was on a listing site of people buying and selling things. And sure enough, I run across a headless guitar with case. And it even looked like mine. Bootlegger brand. However, this was not a bootlegger. And this was actually a Steinberger Spirit GT Pro Deluxe with hardshell case. Now, that's a very well-known headless guitar. And as I look things up and things, I realize, oh, wait a minute. It's being sold for less than half the price of the guitar. It's being, that's what he's asking. So I made an offer and went ahead and picked it up. Wow. And got a really, really great deal. We can take a look at it here. Alright, so let's take a look at what I got here. Very first thing is a hard shell case. Wow. A small little hard shell case just for the guitar. You can hear it here. And it's got the Steinberger logo. That's backwards there, but very nice condition. And now, let's open it up. And here it is. Wow, look at that. Oh, man. Wow. And there it is, the Steinberg Spirit GT Pro Deluxe headless guitar. This little thing is a leather little handle, and it opens I'll show you. Opens a little panel here, And inside you've got strings and things. I'll show you. I think, yeah, it came with 3 packs of strings and whammy bar. Okay. And as you can tell here, right, it's got that tremolo system, humbucker, single coil humbucker, 5-way switch, volume and tone, and you take a look at it here, near the input jack, of course you have the little handle here that you flip out. Yeah, right there. And that's if you put it on your knee to play, it makes it easier to play. Now the nice thing with this guitar is right back here, this is the back of it, you'll see that switch, right, and you can lock it into position, so instead of kind of a floating tremolo, it's more of a fixed bridge, which I really like. And of course the strap handles and things. And really great condition. I mean, I find it hard to believe, really, how good of a condition it's in. There's the fretboard right there, very clean. And put that back in the case here. Wow, that's just awesome. Okay. And, man, for the price that I got this guitar for, it's less than the half price of the new one. What a new one would cost. It's less than half of that. And on top of that, has the hard shell case. Most of these came with, you know, little gig bags or what have you. Whereas this is an actual case. Really, really nice. Just super condition. Now this one is using the standard dual ball end. So the strings, and you can buy those, they have a ball end on each end of the string. Yeah, see these guys. So this is one end, and the other end has the ball edges as well. Now, here's a dilemma. You have to use double ball strings as it is, right? And unfortunately, they're only made by several makers, and they're more expensive. Now, as an alternative, you can actually remove this piece and buy a kind of, it looks like a locking nut, is what it looks like. But it replaces this one. And then you can use single ball end strings from any manufacturer. So at some point I'll probably do that. However, they came with 3 packs of strings, so if I'm going to play it, I wouldn't want to change it until I go through those strings, right? Those 3 packs of strings, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, just thrilled, man. Surprised. And I mean, he had this listed for quite a while and no one really picked up on it. Now, I have to admit, I haven't heard it plugged in yet. And as far as I can tell, one thing, I believe that it is heavier than my other headless guitar, which is the bootlegger, affectionately known as the bootlegger. And I think I've done videos on that guitar as well, and I play that thing all the darn time. So, this might be very similar to that. Certainly looks it. But I'll tell you, it's not as light as I thought it would be. And it certainly doesn't feel cheap at all. But I think it's a little heavier than the bootlegger. It's very possible. And I mean, the action's great. No problems there at all. So I mean, right out of the case, it's really ready to play. Now, the Steinberger is a really interesting guitar. I do find it's a little heavier than the bootlegger. I wouldn't have imagined that, but it is. I think the other caveat of this guitar is that it takes double ball end strings, right? Whereas the bootlegger just takes standard strings from any manufacturer, like Ernie balls, for example. Here, that is not the case. You have to have the double ball end on each end of each string. And there's only a few manufacturers that make those strings, and it makes the strings more expensive. However, I did some research and saw that they have some replacements, or string adapters, if you like, to replace the end of the guitar so that it will accept single ended strings, and then you can use any manufacturer's strings. Okay. Now, how well those work, I don't know. I have not tried it yet. This particular guitar came with 3 packs of strings, so I might use those up before I try a string adapter. And I found that the string adapters vary from, I think the highest I saw was like $70, $80, all the way down to $9, $10. So that'll be something to look for in the future. And it still has its own mechanism to tune strings and things. It's very similar to the bootlegger in many ways. Also has that little fold-out handle, so if you put it on your knee, not too much of a concern for me, though, I guess. So anyway, and for the price that I got it for, I mean, I think it's a real great deal. And those hard shell cases are expensive as well. I mean, they're, when you buy the guitar new, even at its new price, which is about $550, $600, okay, after taxes and so on, you're easily at $600, I'm afraid. Well, you see, it's a great deal. So I guess the next thing to do is take a listen to it. Alright, now here's the guitar. We're going to try it out. And all I've done to it is just tune it and nothing more. besides tuning the guitar, I also made sure it was locked into place to be more of a fixed bridge than a floating tremolo. And man, what a sound. Compared to the bootlegger, it's almost identical, except for there's one thing that I noticed right away, and that is these are new strings. I mean, I can tell that right away, and they need about 2 months of being broken in, and wiping peanut butter off of them and stuff, but okay, because right now they're a little bright, I think. And some people really like that sound, which is fine. I'll turn down the tone a little bit. Okay. Now another thing is, exactly like the bootlegger, they put the darn input jack right where it doesn't belong. And that's at the bottom of the guitar. I don't know if you can see that. A little short. Yeah, right here. Right? Well, that's just crazy. On my bootlegger guitar, I had the input jack moved to the top here. That way, it's not getting scrunched up, So that's something I could do with this guitar as well, I guess. See if that helps the tone a little bit. I turned down the tone knob a little bit. So it's really, the tone knob is really something else, man. If I turn that all the way up, well, first let's do it turned up. You can hear. That's pretty bright. If I turn it down with the tone knob, not all the way, about a third of the way. Okay, and I mean it's a 5-way switch, so that was a neck position. Here's one. Right. Kind of like you find on a Strat. I'm switching the 5-way switch each time. Wow. They're kind of real nasally. We're heading towards the bridge. We're almost there. Finally the bridge. So we could try. I mean, that's pretty high output, because I have a higher output distortion tone, but it's quite a bit. A lot of times I'll just stay on the neck position, you know. Take the tone down a little bit. Yeah, it works with all my synthesizer, guitar synth stuff. the bass emulation things too, you know, that's kind of. Wow. And just my standard sounds, yeah. It does sound a little brighter, I guess. Make a bass line there. So there'll be not much needed to get used to this guitar, really. That's really awesome, man. That's great. Now look, I'm not gonna complain about freaking brand new strings. I'm sure they'll tame themselves out a little bit over time, which is fine. Learning to get around it feels about the same, you know. I suppose, you know, the bootlegger I've been playing for a long time. This one, just now, you know, pretty nice, pretty awesome. I mean, I'm super pleased. Wow. Yeah, and all I did was tune it, and then make sure it was locked, you know, in the fixed position on the bridge, and that's it. So, very good. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to play a little more, find, you know, the sweet spots and the intricacies of some of the positions, tone-wise and pickup-wise, and those kinds of things. But I'll tell you, for the price I paid, I mean, it's just, what a fantastic guitar. Very, very pleased. Eventually, I might get the, you know, the spacer on the, you know, the strings adapter, so I can use single ball string. But that may be a while, you know, because I mean, well, I like the way it is just right now. Highly recommended. Yeah, definitely. Really nice guitar. Alright, wanted to show you that. See you next time. Alright.